Good afternoon. Afternoon, YouTube. Hope everyone's well. Excuse me, making sure I'm coming through okay. Happy weekend. Apologies, by the way, if you hear some steps in the back. My two dogs are in my office because, I don't know if you can see the big one in the corner there, can you? But my girlfriend's got a lash client, so they're not allowed downstairs. So that's what you hear, the tippy-tappy in the background. I've got a little one here. You can see her. A little one here, motoring around. So that's what the voice is it? Okay, so Friday's a great day because it's the start of the Euros. So as a Scotsman, waiting 23 years for the Euros for us to qualify, and it's finally here. So I'm very excited. So I'm going out. Nick, how you doing, mate? You okay? I'm going out this afternoon, which is why I'm on a little bit earlier today, and going out to celebrate that. So let's see. Right, let's talk markets, shall we? We'll start with the SPX. It will be a slightly shorter stream because I've got to go, but that's fine. I'll cover everything I need to cover. So this SPX, as we talked about really all last week, started to look really nice here. And as I did say, I think I was saying maybe on the stream on the website at 5:30 that sometimes the market gives you a clue. Yeah, good, mate, Nick. Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Sometimes the market gives you a clue before the news comes out. Now, we could say yesterday, okay, well, the news wasn't great in terms of inflationary for the US economy, right, with that higher than expected CPI number, signaling potentially rising inflation. Then the ECB came out with their statement, which, put all that to bed, basically, and the stocks rose because of it. So as we saw on the initial response to the news was a sharp move downwards, and I thought it was going to continue. And then a complete rejection, and we moved back up. Now, that doesn't matter, right? So if we didn't know the news was on yesterday, right, for me, okay, we've got a hammer here. Now we've got to push through after this accumulation prior to the level. So we've had a breakthrough into all-time highs as I kind of thought we would. I don't always get it right, but, I got it pretty bang on there. Big rejection on this 4-hour. Again, there was some volatility there. And we got into this we're looking like we're getting into this slight wedging structure. Let that 20 catch up. Again, remember, this is a big bar, right? There's a lot of price action, a lot of bullish pressure into this area, and we just need to digest that. So at the moment, I can see, obviously my bias is upward movement, but I think today may be a day where we just consolidate before heading back up. So I think next week we start the real push into, I've still gone risk on. It's got to be risk on because we're into all-time highs, and certainly after this price action. But I think next week is the week that we move up, possibly Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. Let's let that 20 catch up. But the SPX, yeah, looks nice. And as I said, I think the technicals won there. You can see that wedge structure on the smaller time frames. It could break out today. Of course it could. But we'll have to wait and see. My bias is maybe we consolidate today. But if it breaks out, I'm not mad at that. The difference is, the Dow is kind of lagging behind the SPX. You just look at this chart and this trade that I've been in for bloody ages, right? It just doesn't look as nice, does it? There's not that price action doesn't look as nice. When we got to here yesterday, closing above this B wave from this large ABC. I did want a strong close above this area here. We didn't really get that. At the end of this 4-hour, we had the slight rejection, and we've come back and created what looks to be a V reversal to the downside. And completely opposite from the SPX. If we go to the 1-hour, that's a accumulation, V reversal accumulation. Actually looks like it could break to the downside, but my opinion, the Dow will lag behind the SPX. I think today we get similar to what I think with the SPX, maybe a bit of sideways action. I do believe, even though the setup is telling me otherwise, and maybe, like I said, maybe I've got my blinkers on and my biases. But I do see the Dow rising, certainly if the SPX looks that good. And either way, like I say every day, the trade's in. Can't do anything about it on the US 30. USD SEC, I'm in as well. Now USD SEK again. The stop was good. The stop gave it enough room to breathe. With I don't think I think looking back over the charts, I'll go through pound Aussie. Probably was too tight on pound Aussie. Again, I'm not perfect, but I think looking back over it. But again, it's easier to look back over these things when you get stopped out rather than it goes. However, this stop was great. Allowed us to stay in that area. Bearish engulfer on news. And I actually would have taken, if we hadn't been in at this point in time, I would have been in now with the same stop location there. So, yeah, looks great. We just really wanting some, I'll zoom in, some price acceptance here underneath this level. Something like this. Price acceptance underneath that support area. Again, let our favorite magical 20 catch up before continuing to the downside. However, as I've said with this pair, if it wants to move, it'll move. And the path of least resistance for that movement is certainly to the downside. And it doesn't need to do that, by the way. We could have had our retest here already. Possibly we've already got the retest. But with how this and with how this daily looks, it just looks ready for something for me to the downside. So let's hope I'm right, and let's hope we go down. So this pound Aussie, I'll go through it because I was looking at this today and I thought, well, did I make a mistake there? Did I not? What was I doing? Where, the stop was here. Possibly the stop could have been there. But, I mean, maybe I'm just saying that because we got stopped out and it's moving down, right? So possibly that's just hindsight Harry Hat talking. The setup there was good. It's still a decent stop. Whatever. It's a losing trade in a slight drawdown. We still have to remember we've got this hammer on the daily. It is in an uptrend, but like I said, it's a losing trade. I've now lost 2 on the month, so this is where I am in June. CAD Swiss loss, pound Aussie loss, and we've got that USD SEK and US 30 in progress. So I'm sitting on 193 on this 200k funded. And which is about, you have to remember that's just 1 or 2 trades away from getting back. And in terms of the monthly return, I'm not even going to talk about the 200 funded here. It's the 11th of June. We're not even halfway through the month, so I'm not going to get worried. Drawdowns happen. No matter how good of a trader you are, drawdowns happen. And am I really bothered about it? No. Am I stressed out about it? No. I don't really care. I'm happy, because I'm going out for a beer this afternoon. And I know the end of the month, at the end of the quarter, I should hit my 9%, and that's what matters. Always think about it. If you're learning, your goal is to be funded, just think about your percentage returns at the end of the quarter, at the end of the month, and put that into your funded account, and then think about the money. That'll probably motivate you just to stick with your strategy and stick with your plan. Okay, I'm looking at a few, only 4 pairs today. USD Czech, I kind of really like. I was looking at this morning. Oh, and it's actually broken out. So I was looking at this. Reversal, accumulation, fake out, move up, and look at this. Just prior to this breakthrough, that's nice. That is really nice. These pairs, these exotic pairs, can really move when they go. So we've had a breakthrough, and I don't take the breaks on the lower time frames, remember? And now I'm looking for a retest of this area to go short. Similar to USD SEK, that chart looks nice. It looks ready for movement to the downside, continuing with our trend. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but I like that. I'll go into the dollar first before I go into the other, because I've not touched on that. Now, as I said yesterday on the website and the stream, in order for me to turn my bias on the dollar, I had to close above this level, and certainly price acceptance above that level, whether it be close and retest, close and strong break. We didn't get that, and we've failed at that resistance area again. Possibly we get some movement upwards in the dollar today, maybe. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and also, just remember where we came from last month. So just always, it's a long-term game. Put it onto your next to your computer. One trade doesn't matter. It's the law of large numbers. It might help you. Anyway, this, you may get a slight pullback in the dollar. My bias for the dollar is obviously weakness. And if we get a break underneath this area for shorter term, then I would consider, certainly, yeah. Then it would probably confirm for me dollar weakness before eventually breaking through this area as well. So yeah, I think dollar shorts. But possibly today you might get a little bit of strength in it. I don't think anything too major. It's just a simple reaction off this level, off this support area, which you probably expect. Maybe we get a slight reload before moving to the downside, but certainly dollar weakness for me. What else do I like? Aussie dollar, I think, is broken through, so looking at for a retest rather than a okay, no, it's slightly failing at this level. So I was looking at this cradle structure, ABC, push through, nice reload to that trend line break, and possibly a slight fake. Let's see how this 4 hour closes. It's still an hour to the closure, and I think if it doesn't, I'm okay with that having another reload here. Let that 20 catch up to go long. I couldn't have taken that break at this point in time because look where the 20 is. The 20 is too far away from that price action break for me to be able to take that trade to the upside. So Aussie dollar, if it decides it wants to stay here and have a reload, okay, I can look at that for a break. If it decides to go, I can look for it for a breakout retest. But the Aussie was strong this morning. It's coming off slightly right now, but it was the strongest on the basket on London Open. JP225. I had a trade in this. Don't worry about this. This is only a 0.01 to get my position size. That's what I normally do with the indexes. So we've got a cut with handle. Again, this is nice. Push through, reload, go long. I take that trade. It doesn't actually need this because we have this. So it's okay if it goes here. We get 1, 2. The 20 is close by. I could play that long with the stops under there. I think it's going to be a trade I take, but I think it's going to be a trade I take on Monday. Or at the moment, it seems like, yes, I'm taking this trade. Again, the daily is nice here. They had a reaction around this trend line. Reloading, 20 is starting to curl up. The big uptrend correction is over. SPX looks good. Index is long. I like that trade, and I will take that on Monday if we get, we just need a little push up to the level, 1 or 2 bars, because the 20 is not too bad, and to take that long. If we do get a push through here, I have to wait for the retest, right? But if we get here and we just get 1 or 2 bars because of this price action leading up to it, I can take that long. I like that. Been watching that for a while. JP225 is nice. And finally, Euro Pound. Euro Pound daily. Looks good. Right? And then this is a trade I will take on Monday as well. So cut with handle followed by an ABC. I was looking at it here. Didn't take it. We've come back. Got our obviously big bearish engulfer. I want a day here to let that engulfer settle. And I don't think I would take it on the 4 hour. It just doesn't look, it looks a bit messy on the 4 hour to me. However, on the daily, looks nice. So we have a day like this, actually. If it stays like this for the rest of the day, on Monday, I will take that trade to the downside. So we could have Euro GBP and JP225 on the Monday to go short and long, I guess. And that's about it. That's about it for today. Euro Pound I like for Monday. JP225 I like for Monday. If you're in the markets, I won't be here for the rest of the day, but keep an eye on that USD check for a retest. And yeah, I think I think the pairs I'm in look good for downward movement. But be aware that this just might go. I mean, that's the characteristics of some of these pairs. Certainly exotics, USD ZAR, USD SEK, USD CHEK, USD, PLN. If it goes, it really goes. And you know, maybe we're getting to the stage where it's a bit too far gone for a retest. But anyway, keep an eye on it. It may be something that sets up. And hopefully for me, USD SEC and Dow start to turn around. And let's see. But don't be worried if you are in these trades. Don't be worried if the US has a little bit of strength. I think any strength will be sold into. And that's it. So that's it. I'm off. Have a good weekend, everybody. I'm doing a YouTube video on Sunday, I think. That I'll post. If you're watching and you're not subscribed, help me out. Hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 100 subs. But anyway, have a good weekend, Nick. Have a good weekend, mate. I'm not doing an afternoon stream on the website. I don't do ones on Friday afternoon. I usually play golf, but I'm out today. So thanks, everyone. Have a good weekend. Trade safe. Cheers, guys.